Welcome back, everybody. Today I've got 10 facts that you didn't know. Number 1, we got Vanta Black. It's actually a material that's man-made, and it's the darkest substance known on Earth to man. It's basically like staring into a black hole. And yeah, I think it blocks out 99.98% of light, so it doesn't reflect anything at all. The next one on the list is the Blue Angel Sea Slug. This thing is actually really pretty, but it's a carnivore. It's a slug, but it's a carnivore. And it literally goes after venomous fish and things like that out in the ocean. And it steals their toxins to use against their next victim. That's pretty crazy. Number 3 is aerogel. You actually might have heard of this one. It's like frozen smoke, or what's the other name? They give it solid cloud. And they make it by making it regularly with all their same chemicals and everything, but then they remove all the liquid. It's 99% air, so it's one of the lightest things on Earth as well. For number 4, we have a eucalyptus tree that grows over in Papua New Guinea, the Philippines, places, Indonesia, places like that. Are basically part of its natural shedding cycle. It starts losing its bark and things like that. It's literally rainbow colored. The bark underneath turns out blue, green, purple, yellow, red, maroon, everything. It's crazy. Number 5, we've got the Salt Cathedral of Zipaquira. It's over in Colombia, and it's literally an entire church, an entire cathedral made of salt. They've got a giant cross made of salt. It's amazing, because it used to be a salt mine. And when they decided that they were done, they emptied it out, and there's room for 10,000 people. So, you know it's huge. I really want to see some inside pictures of this thing, or a documentary, God, something. For number 6, we got the goblin sharks. These things were the inspiration for the Neomorph in Alien Covenant, if that tells you anything. The big old extender nose on the front of them, they're deep sea sharks, so they use that to basically sense out the electrical impulses of like the other fish's muscles and crap. It's wild. Deep sea fish are scary as hell. We all know that. Number 7 you might recognize as bismuth. Back in high school, you've probably used it or studied it or something. It's part of the periodic table. It's an element. If you look at it under the telescope, it literally looks like a rainbow staircase, because the outside, like the outer ridges, they form faster than the inner areas, so it just continuously makes super cool square rectangle. I'm going to put a picture up. You'll see it. Number 8 is the Kawah Ijen volcano over in Indonesia. It's got lava that comes out looking blue and purple because it burns so much higher because of the sulfuric acid that is also coming out with the lava. That's wild. Alright, now for number 9, if you're still around at this point, then you're going to have to forgive me for having to read off of this notepad for this one. There's a lot of details, a lot of dates. Number 9 is the Voynich manuscript. It's a 240-page medieval tome that was written in an unknown language that we still have yet to identify. It's baffled code breakers for years, and they believe that it originated between 1404 and 1438. So, weird. It's got diagrams of plants and a bunch of pregnant women swimming around in green pools. Yeah, I don't know. Man, I'm really messing with my lights, too. In 2018, though, the Canadian computer scientists announced that with an AI, they were able to decode parts of it, but they did admit that further refinement, they were going to need some more help, like outside, probably. Which, I mean, hey, if they made any progress at all, that's something, right? That's a heck of a lot better than anybody else has done in the last 600 years. For the last one on this list, number 10, I've got Point Nemo. Point Nemo is a little island way out in the middle of nowhere. And literally, if you're on it by yourself, the closest human beings to you are all the way up in the International Space Station. Up in space, the astronauts. Because, let's see, International Space Station is only about, what, 258, 260 miles up in orbit. Whereas the closest inhabited spot on Earth is more than 1,670 miles from Point Nemo here on Earth. That's mind-blowing to me. Like, that's some, for real, I'm done with people, moving away, do not mess with me, don't want to be found. Thank you for watching the whole thing if you're still here. If you're not, then I guess you'll never know what I was going to say.